Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic evening and you enjoyed the tipping that took place out at Kenilworth. We had Dalboy tipping out at Kenilworth and he tipped a fantastic card, tipping 7 out of the 8 winners. He also tipped the pick 6 in all his selections from race 3 to race 8, returning 33,000. So for those guys that follow us that take their pick 6s, I hope you're still counting your money. I also tipped the PA 8 times, returned 568 for 144 outlay, and our jackpot won 673.80 for a 256 outlay, and jackpot 2 we caught it twice, so that returned 1,291 rand 40 for an outlay of 256. So that's fantastic tipping from Dalboy, and I hope you guys had a nice bet today and you enjoyed your racing. We're going to have the postman tipping out at Turffontein, so hopefully the postman can keep up the form. So here's the postman.
Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, no matter where in the world you guys are. And again, a big warm welcome to the Top Tipper family. Before we get into racing for the 2nd of March, just some feedback. Very nice to see our horse Harley's Fate arrive for us in the 8th race on Sunday. I still said to you guys that this is working well, worth an each way touch. So I hope you guys got on. My value bet, I think it was Hollywood Bound, that paid £3.90 a drum. Great value. We caught the PA several times. We showed a nice profit, and I hope you guys got on. Guys, as I said, racing comes to us from Turffontein Inside Track on Thursday the 2nd of March. There are 9 races carded. Very tough card. Tread warily. Always happens when there's feature races on the Saturday. We get a very tough card during the week. So please, guys, just tread warily. The first race is due off at 12:05. This is a maiden plate over 1,450 meters. And guys, I'm going to beat the favorites. So please, if you fancy the favorites, have a go. But I'm punting to beat all the favorites. My first selection is horse number 2. This is Give Me a Diamond. Pierce Stradum gets a ride here for Joey Somo. Nicely drawn at 4. Has got some fair form. Currently round about 5-1. And I'm hoping that this one can arrive for us. For second, I have gone for horse number 9. Sharapova, Cabela Matsiane for the De Kock yard. Again, has had 3 decent efforts. This is currently around about 7 or 8 to 10. And I've got this one to run second. For third, guys, we've gone for a bit of a roughie. Horse 10, Count Your Chances. Diego de Gavea for Heather Adamson. Fair effort last time out between Welcome Breeze, maybe good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. And for fourth, another roughie, gone for the 5, Free Movement. Caden Brewer for Robbie Sage. Fifth last time out, not a bad first run. And again, good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. Please take note, guys, there are 2 scratchings. Horse number 1, Mo the Man, has been scratched. And horse number 4, Bye Bye Birdie. So race 1, 2, 9, 10, and 5. And as I said, playing to beat the favorite. We'll move on to race 2, draw off at 12:35. Graduation plate over 1,450 meters. And guys, this is the first leg of our bipod. I think it's 2-horse race. And again, before we get there, horse number 2, 2 sides to a story, has been scratched. And my first selection here is horse number 1. This is Aravidicio, Cabela Matsiane for De Kock. Last time out in a feature race, I think that was a little stronger than meeting today. And I certainly think that even with top weight, I think this one will go very close. And I've got this one around about 22 to 10 is the second favorite. And I'm hoping that this one can roll the favorite. For second, I have gone for the favorite. This is 5, Raffles, Gavlarina for Roy Magna. Again, has got some decent form. and certainly should be there and thereabouts. In the buy pot, I've gone 1 and 5, and I'm pretty sure we're going to double up there. For third, gone for the 6. This is Climate Control, Ray Danielson for the De Kock yard. Again, I think this has got some fair form, but against a little weaker, and I think that this one is good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. For fourth, I have thrown in horse number 4, and this is Fast Love, Keegan de Miller for the Van Vuren yard. Again, we go and look, hasn't got bad form, and maybe good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. So the second race, 1, 5, 6, and 4, and as I said, looking to roll the favorite. 1 and 5 probably will get us through the bipart. Third race on the card, first leg of our place accumulator, drew off at 13.10, and maiden played for the girls over 1,600 meters. Again, the 3 horses in the betting are 2, 4, and 6. They range between 2 to 1 and 5 to 2. I think 2 of them will get us through the bipart. My narrow first selection is horse number 2, and this is Impersonation. This is round about 5 to 2. I think it's decent value, and I certainly think that this one will go close. Keegan de Miller for Lucky Hoodalakis. For second, I've thrown in horse number 6, and this is Island Beauty, Kabela Matsiani for Brett Crawford. Again, has not got bad form, drawn a little wide, and again, should be there when the whips are cracking. For third, guys, we have gone for the 4, and this is Efficient Trader, Gavin Arena for the Terry yard. Last time out with blinkers, finished 2 lengths behind Slinky Mapimpi. They've left the blinkers on, and again, should be there and thereabouts. For fourth, we've thrown in horse number 1, Lady Zaltanite, Pierre Straden for Diane Stenger. Pierre used to ride really well for this yard, and again, throw in back in of trifectas and quartets. So in quite an open race, I think horse 2 is decent value at round about 5 to 2, and we've gone 2, 6, 4, and 1. We'll move on to the fourth race on the card. This is the first leg of our pick 6, and I think this is really tough, putting as many as the budget would allow. In this event, my first selection here is horse number 1, Bureau de Lejeune. Sienna Sasibo gets a ride here for Robin Klaasen. He will be claiming his 2.5, so this one will be carrying 59.5. Again, I think this has got some decent form. I know it's got a big weight. Round about 14 to 1. I'm certainly going to watch this one go down, and I'm certainly, if it goes down well, I'm going to have a small each way touch on this one at those odds. For second, I've gone for horse number 5, and this is Unconditional Love, Kabela Matsiani for the Crawford yard. Again, the form is there for all of us to see. This one should jump, should be up there, always goes to the front, is coming back from a short layoff, but good enough to be there and thereabouts. For third, we've thrown in horse number 8, Tulip Tree, Diego de Gavea for Stewie Pettigrew. Drawn a bit wide, but again, has got some decent form. I certainly won't be leaving this one out any calculations. For fourth, we've thrown in horse number 3, Crimson Princess. I've got Julius Mariba aboard this one for the Fortune yard. Last time out was not a bad effort behind Sister Light with Julius aboard, and again, could certainly be there and thereabouts. In the pick 6, as I said, throwing as many as the budget would allow. In our pick 6, we're even going to throw in the 9. And that is Cape Lights, Caden Brewer for the Robbie Sage yard. This did win a maiden last time out, but again, won really well. Could be anything, especially with only 52.5. As I said, tough race. Throw in as many as the budget would allow, and we've gone 1, 5, 8, and 3, looking for a rough result. Race 5, Joff at 14.20, classified stakes over 1,800 meters. And in the fifth race, my narrow first selection is horse number 1, Indus Knight, Gav Arena for Candice Dawson. Has got some decent form, third run after a rest. If seeing out 1,800, will go very close. For second, I've thrown in horse number 9, and this is Oyster King, Ray Danielson for Chris Yonker. Again, has got some decent form. Last time out, really decent effort. And again, Oyster King should not be left out of your calculations. For third, I've gone for 6, Lady Calavera. Dennis Swars for Philip Labuskachny. Has won 2 on a trot, going for the hat-trick. And again, must be included in everything. For third, I've thrown in horse, my apologies, for fourth, I've thrown in horse number 3, Little Prince. Chase Mojan for Fabian Habib. Decent form, finished second last time out behind Absolute Value. Was running on, and again, cannot be left out of anything. So in race 5, guys, we have gone 1, 9, 6, and 3. We'll move on to the 6th race on the card. 6th race due off at 14.55. A novice handicap over 1450 meters. And in this event, my first selection is horse number 1, Golden Prospect, Gavin Arena for Sean Terry. I'm putting a line through the last run. I think that was outclass, drops in class, and again, must be there and thereabouts. For second, I have gone for horse number 6, Future Wolf. Nathan Klink for Heather Adamson. Has got some fair form, albeit against weaker, but should give a decent account of itself. For third, we've gone for the favourite, horse number 3, Rollover Red Rover, Sianda Sasibo for David Niverhazen. Decent effort last time out, finishing a length behind Celtic Rumours, was running on, and again, should be there and thereabouts. For fourth, we've gone for the 7, Give Me the Flame, Malaseli Kajedi for the Adamson Yard. This will only be carrying 51. Nice handy galloping mass. This one has run once, course and distance, and did win. And again, I certainly think that this one can fill in the back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 6, I've gone 1, 6, 3, and 7. We'll move on to the 7th race on the card. This is due off at 15.35. A mid-rated 72 handicap to be run over 1450 meters. And in this event, again, a very open race. If we look at the betting, I think it's 92 the field. So in this event, my first selection is horse number 7, Robert Burns, Kabela Matsiani for the Crawford Yard. Very, very good effort last time out, finishing under half a length behind Save the Queen. If I'm looking for negative, guys, I'm looking at a bit of a wide draw, but I certainly think that this one will give a good account of itself. For second, we've thrown in horse number 3, Iron Tail, Marco for Rensburg for Cornet Spiss. Again, drawn a bit wide. This one should be staying on as well. Must be thrown into all perms. For third, we've gone for horse number 9. And this is Follow My Path, Nathan Klink for Billy Raters. Did win last time out under Ryan Munger, beating Oyster King. Did run on really, really well. So watch the run of Oyster King in the previous race. If doing very, very well, maybe this one will be worth a nice each-way touch. For fourth, gone for nice Raffia, horse 11, Eagle Alley, Sianda Sasibo for the Terry Yard. Sianda will be claiming his 2.5. This one will only be carrying 52. And again, I am looking for an improved effort from this horse at long odds. So the 7th race, open event, 7, 3, 9, and 11. Move on to the 8th race on the card. This is due off at 16.10, mid-rated 90 handicap, to be run over 1450 meters. And in this event, we find the second of my value bets. This is horse number 1, Cabinet Shuffle, Sianda Sasibo for Robin Claassen. This one will be carrying 61.5 kilos. This one did win with Sianda aboard 4 runs back. And again, I certainly think that this is the class package. Big weight, but around about 61, I think is worth an each-way touch. For second, we've gone for horse number 6. And this is Clarkson, Keegan DeMella for the Dawson Yard. Keegan always runs well for this yard. And again, I certainly think that this one will be there and thereabouts, must be included in exactors and swingers. For third, we've gone for horse number 2. And this is Bard of Avon, Ryan Munger for the Fortune Yard. Last time out was a decent effort behind Out of the Darkness. Has placed in both attempts on this course. And again, must be included in all your exotics. For fourth, we've thrown in horse number 7. And this is Kotinos, Donald Geertsen for Roy Magner. Nice price. This one around about 14 or 16 to 1. Last time out was not a bad effort from that draw. Watch this one go down. Loves this course and distance. And at big odds, maybe worth a small each way touch. So race 8, guys, we've gone 1, 6, 2, and 7. And I do think that horse 1 is decent value at round about 6 to 1. We move on to the lucky last. This is race 9, Jorf at 16.45. A mid-rated 72 handicap over 1,000 meters. And unfortunately here, guys, I think we need to load up. Smaller punters, maybe take a chance and go for the ultra-consistent 7, Letitia's Angel. Ryan Munger for Ashley Fortune. Has got some decent form. Ton of support. Last time out from 8 to 1 to 22 to 10. Got beat on that occasion. And again, currently round about 22 to 10. I certainly won't be taking that on the nose, but I won't be leaving this one out any of my permutations. For second, gone for a nice big roughie here, horse number 9, Clean Living. Again, Donald Geertsen for Corne Spes. He will be claiming his 2.5. I'm putting a line through that one. To the last run, you sort of go back, fall into Mythical Dream, 1.5 to Mythical Dream, and was beaten by Letitia's Angel before, but is better off at the weights. Has run to Gobsmacked, has run to Feather Boa, has run 3 lengths to Gallivanting. So when we go back and look, there's some decent runs here. And round about 25 or 33 to 1, I'm not going to leave this one out and hope like how this one arrives, making our pick sixes, swingers, exactors pay. For third, gone for another roughie, the 7, Dark Tide. Chase Mojan for Fani Broncos. Was not a bad effort last time out behind Cool Winter. Did lose ground at the start. But again, we go back. Has beaten Letitia's Angel before by 1.5 lengths. Has run less than a length behind In the Ether. 2 lengths to Admiralty Arc. So we go and look. This also has some outside form. Don't leave this one out. Put in as many as the budget will allow, especially if you're playing pick sixes, guys. For fourth, gone for another big roughie, Timbavati River, horse 11, Julius Mariba for the Fortune Yard. 5 lengths behind Stormy Seas, 5 lengths behind Trident King, 2 lengths behind Second Breath, beat Mescal. I promise you, anything can arrive here. If 7 doesn't arrive, you can put the field, putting as many as the budget would allow. Tough race. We've gone 7, 9, 12, and 11. As I said, guys, the card is not easy. Just be careful. Don't go crazy. We've got horses running for us on Sunday. Saturday's card looks a lot better. Just be careful. Check for jockey changes. Check for scratchings. Guys, take it easy. Look after yourself. Stephen, back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, the postman. We appreciate that. I see you tipped a 9-race program. Your normal Barpot PA, pick 6, jackpot 1 and jackpot 2, and you've tipped 2 value bets. So please, Lord, let them arrive, and let's hope the punters have some fun. So guys, enjoy your racing, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.